Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another interview on Emmy Unhinged. And as you can see, I'm joined by Nathan Haywood. An absolute pleasure, Nathan. How are you?
Hi mate, I'm good. Like I was just saying before we got on, full of flu, but apart from that, sound.
He's ready. If is it a fight camp if you don't have the flu at least once? Come on.
Do you know, right? This actually does happen every fight camp. You are right there. Like I do get buckled every fight camp. It only lasts a few days though, so like I'll just like stop being a fanny and get on with it.
Yeah, January 27th is definitely coming close. Can't wait for it in Newcastle. Oktagon MMA 52. It's going to be a spectacle. Firstly, I'm going to talk about that. Congratulations on signing with Oktagon. Huge, huge deal. What does that signing mean for you? You know, coming from a small place in Durham.
Oh, it's massive, mate. Like I always said that me like next goal with fighting after I turned pro and stuff was to make it my job. So I just feel like I'm like one step closer to that now. Like with this like contract and stuff, I really feel like it's getting to a point now where it's becoming realistic and stuff. So just need to keep pushing on, mate. Get like three good wins, hopefully like big stoppages, something like that. Then keep just moving on. I'd like to like move. I'd like to actually like have a bit of make a big scene in like Octagon and like maybe like win a few and then look at starting to work towards that title and stuff like that.
Yeah, the title would be fantastic. Not gone. Absolutely. I'm just trying to adjust my lighting here. That's why I've gone really light. But yeah, absolutely. I would love to have that. But if you rewind a few months ago, you were fighting for a local show in Sunderland, which is a fantastic local show, by the way. Rise and Conquer. Obviously, your coach Andrew Fisher. The main principal there. But how does it feel from going? You know, a few months ago you were fighting for a local show in Sunderland. Now you're going to fight for a big promotion, big European promotion in Newcastle with local.
It's massive, mate. And then like obviously like this just leads on to like fighting in the rest of Europe as well. So like it's just going to be one like massive opportunity straight into another one, hopefully.
Absolutely agree. I'd like to talk about that last fight as well before we move on. Um, it will be huge for your development. I remember watching and seeing how all prevails and how all unravels itself. Ultimately, that's going to be huge for your development. And I just kind of wanted to ask you a little bit, Nathan. What have you really taken away from that fight? I have seen clips of what you've talked about, and obviously, it's going to be experienced. And I've seen all over your Facebook that you're never going to let it happen again. The next person is getting it. So tell me, Nathan, what have you learned from that fight, from that loss?
I think it was just like I learned a lot of things, to be honest. Like I've made a lot of changes in my fight camp, a lot of changes in my life. I just think that like obviously I've trained since I was a kid, and like I don't know. I think I was sort of just getting by, thinking that was enough, but like it's not enough. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got to be putting like serious work in. Like, and I always did work hard, like I did, but like I still think like the effort that I'm putting in now is like a lot more. And then more than that, it's decision making as well. Like in me fights, I kind of just be like fighting. I've got to be like really like making good decisions and like I'm just being honest with myself. I'm like watching more like choosing techniques that are going to work for specific opponents rather than just like winging it and thinking, oh, I'm just a better fighter than this guy anyway, so I'll win.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's going to be massive for your development. You're going to learn from it. And it's only up from here, so that's the big thing from this. Um, Moving over to your Octagon debut. Obviously, as we talked about, it's a fantastic stage for you. Firstly, fighting very local in Newcastle, as we said as well. How does that feel? Kind of fighting in Newcastle in front of your friends and family in a big European show.
Oh, it's perfect for me because everyone like gets to like all my friends and family get to come watch us in my first one that I've like on like a massive event. You know what I mean? So it's perfect for me
Yeah.
being close to home, having the home crowd behind us, not having to do like a weight cut after I've done like a flight somewhere. It's just all perfect for me, and hopefully the opposite for him.
Absolutely. And we're talking about your opponent, Roman Paulus. He's very experienced when it comes to Octagon. He fought, in Octagon so many times. He's actually, the fifth season winner of the Octagon Challenge. Talk to me about him because what I've seen from him, he's not really got that knockout power. Um, he's not very intimidating. But the only thing that he's got going for him, he's got his pressure, he's got his cardio. How do you intend to kind of deal with the style of Roman?
I think he's like actually like pretty good, you know. Like I mean, I think he's like a good one for us to come into the like to come into Octagon. Like these days, had a lot of fights for them. It's his first one at bantamweight as well, so I'm imagining he's going to be like a pretty big guy dropping down from featherweight. I mean, I don't think he's going to be much bigger than me because like I've always like done a proper cut for bantamweight, but like we'll see. Maybe he's going to be like a bit of a big guy. Maybe he'll carry a bit more power at bantamweight, but maybe not as well. Yeah, I think that to be honest, I think that like without giving too much away, I think that like his style actually matches up quite well with mine. Like I feel like he fights at like similar ranges to what I like to fight at. Do you know what I mean? I mean he he's he's a good boxer. Really, he has a few nice kicks. He's a good boxer. I would say that's the majority of his game. I mean, he looks all right in the clinch and stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we haven't really got to see too much of him grappling in these fights. I think he is more of a striker like myself. So I think it should be a good one for the fans, really. Like just to like put on because I think there's going to be a lot of striking exchanges, and that's what most people want to see, isn't it?
I was literally about to talk about that, and I was going to talk about your last fight as well because standing up, initially you looked fantastic. You were bouncing around, you're throwing out them kicks, and that's what probably hurt more because you were looking so good. But anyway, talking about the matchup with Roman, obviously he's a stand-up guy as well, and you talked about it perfectly. The matchup, do you feel like that kind of plays into your favor a little bit?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, to be honest, I would convince myself it plays to my favour no matter what it was. If there were a grappler, I'd be like, oh, wait, they're not going to, like, do you know what I mean? I would convince myself that it's for the best anyway. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to be, especially early on, I doubt he's going to be hunting takedowns. I think he looks like he's pretty confident on the feet. I mean, for a young lad as well, he's had like a lot of experience, do you know what I mean? So I don't think he's going to be like proper like antsy and like, oh my God, like I can't strike with this guy until maybe I start catching him later in the fight.
Absolutely.
Or early in the fight if he starts slipping up early.
You never know. I think the best time is to catch a fighter is early because they need to hit a few times to get switched on. You never know.
Yeah, like you said, you never know.
You never exactly. In your head, January 27th, is it all about winning? It doesn't matter how. Just getting your hand raised, is that the most important thing?
Oh, I don't care, mate. Yeah, I don't care at all. As long as I win, like it doesn't matter to us. I think I was a bit fixated on the finish in me last fight, and like especially like just forcing it. Like I really wanted to finish, and like just like I like just being impatient. Like sometimes like nothing will be happening, but it's not my fault. Like they have to do stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm controlling like a certain range or like doing well at something, I don't have to self-sabotage myself and just ruin it. So I think you're going to see like a bit more of a mature me this fight, and obviously I'm still looking for the finish. Like in my pro career, I haven't like went a decision yet, even though like the last one didn't go my way. I still haven't seen a decision, so I'm still going to be looking for the finish, but I'm going to be more patient for it and just realizing that it could come at any time, and it probably will if I just let it happen.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about obviously Team Fish Tank head coach and coach all around, Andrew Fisher. How great he is. Firstly, he'll be in your corner. How important was he to kind of to get signed to Oktagon? Obviously, we know he's fought in Oktagon before. So how important was he? Was he in your ear to tell him maybe how good of a promotion they are?
Yeah. So like basically, Fisher is my manager at the minute. Like Fisher sorts everything out for me. So not only is me grappling, striking coach, he's also my manager at the minute. So he sorts it all out really for his mate. He did. Obviously, I listen to Fisher like more than anyone else in like MMA terms. Like really, like, and if he recommended Oktagon, I would have went there no matter what. But even myself saying Oktagon, like a lot of the shows and stuff, they're just an amazing promotion, really, aren't they, mate? Like they're putting on massive events. They're traveling all around Europe. They're not like stuck in one country or like favouring one country. They're literally all over. So I think that like they're probably the best European promotion at the minute, and I'm just happy to be a part of them.
Absolutely. Last question about the fight itself. You got a fantastic opportunity in front of yourself to kind of really showcase your skills in Octagon 52 in Newcastle. Talk to me about Roman. Do you believe this is your hardest test? And what would it mean for you to kind of get over the line, get the job done, and get that win, and get back to winning ways?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a massive one for us this one, just to prove to myself that I can come back from just like just being stupid, really, mate. I really honestly feel like I don't feel like Ian's like a bad fighter, you know. Like I do feel like he's really good, but I definitely think I self-sabotaged myself massively in that fight. Like I think like I could have, feel like honestly I could have breezed it if I just followed like simple rules and didn't get myself carried away trying to like do stupid things. Do you know what I mean? Like I really feel like I could have breezed it, but that never happened. But I feel like that would have happened sooner or later if it didn't happen now. Just because of the way I am, like I don't feel like people can tell you blue in the face like what you're doing wrong, but until like something happens, like it's hard to absorb the information. Like when you're winning, it's hard to see mistakes you're making. Like after I lost there, I went back and watched some of my other fights, me other two, and I was like, of course that happened. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when you watch back, I'm like, that was like always going to happen. But it is what it is. I'd rather it happen sooner than later. And like, you know, I went on a bit of a skid like in my amateur career when I first started, you know, as well. And like that never put us off either. And I went on a massive tear after that. Like, so it is what it is, mate. At the end of the day, like I could like go on about it forever, but I think I'm just gonna move on and like take the lessons with us and like put it to use against this guy because it's a massive opportunity for us, and I'm not going to let it slip.
Absolutely. And as I talked about earlier, you know, you put on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. Next guy that gets it, you know, he's really going to get it.
He's getting it.
How,
Roman.
How do you intend to put it on, Roman, from the start?
I mean, me and Fisher have been working on a few things and stuff, but like you're just gonna see a similar style with me fighting, really. You know, like it's not like I need to change my whole fighting style. I really feel like I've got a good base and stuff. I just like, for one, I'm never shooting a double with that poor posture again. It was ridiculous. I shot from way too far out. I didn't set it up or anything. It was stupid. Then my striking was all right in that fight. I feel like it was good. It was all right, but then there was definitely some other things that I did, but it's hard to say because I really don't want to give away the stuff we've been working on. But like there was some big mistakes I made where like I could have definitely kept it in my favor a lot more. But I think with Roman, it's just going to be a case of I think I'm going to outstrike him, to be honest. Like just by being a better, more all-round striker than him. Like he is a good boxer, he is, and like he's got a few nice kicks as well. Nothing crazy. Like he's definitely not on my level with his legs, but he's good. Do you know what I mean? Standing, so like I can't like even if someone's just a good boxer, they're dangerous. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he's good in the clinch, so I reckon he'll probably try to get there at some point. I feel like my clinch game's actually really good as well, so I feel like I'll be able to deal with that well. And then I don't know. I just don't think that he's going to be able to like. I think I'm going to be able to do better than him in the areas that he's good at, and then also I feel like I can like do more than he can. Like I feel like I can push it just a little bit more.
Absolutely. January 27th, we're going to find out. I don't want you to give anything away, obviously. It's going to be a fantastic
It's really hard, mate. It's really hard because like I've got loads of stuff that I've been working on, and I feel like I'm really going to get to show it in the fight, and it's going to be exciting for me. It is because I feel like stuff's finally starting to click, and some of the stuff that like I didn't really understand or that I was like sort of just like just starting to learn. I feel like I've really clicked this over like because I didn't stop training, you know, after that one. I was just like, oh, I'm straight back in the gym, working on some stuff that I need to work on. And
it made you more.
yeah, I think I honestly like I don't like I say I always worked hard and I never slacked off, but I definitely think that like maybe like not even on purpose, like I just like maybe didn't have that like feeling of this guy's got something for me. He's really going to beat us when I was fighting Ian, and that's not even a knock on Ian. That was just because I was doing well and I was sort of sipping my own Kool-Aid a bit. Do you know what I mean? But this one, I've really got that like itch, like where I'm like, oh, this is like a big one. This, so like, I think it's just going to benefit us really.
Absolutely. As I mentioned, January 27th in Newcastle, it's going to be a fantastic show. Oktagon MMA 52. moving on. I kind of want to talk about some other stuff now. Long-term deals, long-term goals. Sorry, with Octagon. You talked about the belt earlier. What does that kind of look like? Looking at the long-term future with Octagon. Is it the belt in mind? The bantamweight belt, the bantamweight strap? Is that what you've got? I can see your eyes lighting up a little bit there. Is that what you want?
Wait, do you know, right? That would be a massive achievement for us just to get a title on any big show, like, and especially Octagon. But like, to be honest, mate, I like to keep my goals quite small. So like, just because like obviously the main goal like is like to be a world champion always, but at the minute I just want to get like these. I've got 3 fights. I'm just going to focus on smashing these guys, and then after that I'll start looking at the division and starting to really like climb the ranks and get close to this title shot and like get there. Because if I'm not, then what else am I doing it for? Do you know what I mean? Like, if anyone's like, oh, I'm just here to like compete and stay middle of the road forever, they probably are going to do that. Do you know what I mean? So that's not for me. I just want to get these 3 fights in, get better every camp as well. Like, use the time just to get better, like really refine me refine me skills and stuff like that. And then as soon as I've got them, then start looking at like getting up there towards titles and stuff like that.
Absolutely. You mentioned obviously you want to get these 3 fights out of the way, the short-term goals. Starting 2024 with a win would be a fantastic way to start any year. But looking at, how many fights would you like next year? I gather it's probably 3 then. With
3, yeah, 3
in the UK.
Sorry?
With Octagon having 4 shows in the UK, you'd probably like to be on them all, or at least 3 of them.
Yeah, I'd definitely, or even like, I'd even like to fight abroad, mate. To be honest with you, I would. So that'd be cool too. So,
it's better in the UK. It's better in the UK.
Sorry?
Anything's better in the UK.
Well, I don't know. I love fighting here as well. Like, I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm on the Newcastle card, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I don't know what I'm doing with this camera there. At the same time, like, obviously, fighting abroad's always exciting, isn't it? I nearly had a fight, like, before I got signed with Oktagon, like, but the guy knocked it back, and I was absolutely good. It was meant to be in where was it meant to be? Madrid in December. And then I was probably good when it dropped out. And then, like, it was mad because, like, one of the lads in the gym was like, oh, like, it's like bigger things will come in that. And I was like, nah. I was probably like fuming about it. And then straight after, like, I got Octagon got hold of us and that. And I was like, oh, he was totally right, really.
Yeah, things that happen meant to happen for a reason. So it clearly happened for a reason. And now you've got the biggest opportunity of your career. So absolutely. Last question. Obviously, when scouting, you're looking for having some research, to kind of add more to. I saw that you're a techno fan, and I kind of wanted to ask hypothetically, if you could have one artist to tune you a walkout song, who are you choosing? Who's that man?
Do you know, right? I do love techno, right? And I would love like something like that. And I love going to, I love going to the raves and stuff like that. But techno is never going to be me walkout music. Like, it's not for me walkout songs. I always walk out with Scouting for Girls, so I'll probably rock with that for the rest of my career now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping for something creative. That would have been good. But Scouting for Girls is still good.
Yeah, Scouting for Girls is sound, mate. Do you know what I mean? It would be good, have like Patty T remixes or something. But nah, just stick with Scouting for Girls, mate.
Absolutely. Nathan, an absolute pleasure. January 27th in Newcastle, Octagon MMA 52. It's going to be an absolute fantastic show. I can't wait to watch it live. I will be there. It's going to be so good. It's going to be, the atmosphere is going to be impeccable in front of your own crowd. It's going to be a good show. Nathan, an absolute pleasure. I'll catch you then.
Catch you then, mate. See you later.